In today's hyper-connected world, the role of a telecommunications network administrator is more vital than ever. These professionals are responsible for managing the architecture, security, and performance of communication networks that power everything from voice and data services to wireless infrastructure. Interviewing for this role requires not only technical knowledge but also strong analytical skills and an ability to respond under pressure. Employers are searching for candidates who can optimize networks, resolve disruptions efficiently, and stay updated with evolving telecom technologies. Let's explore the most commonly asked questions for this role to help you succeed in your upcoming interview. 1. Can you describe your experience managing telecommunications networks in a corporate setting? A telecommunications network administrator plays a critical role in maintaining the infrastructure that supports voice and data transmission within a company. When asked about experience, employers look for familiarity with both legacy systems and modern technologies. You should describe your work involving routers, switches, firewalls, and VoIP systems. Highlight projects where you've upgraded network hardware, improved system uptime, or integrated unified communication solutions. They want to know if you can plan, install, and monitor complex networks while ensuring minimal downtime. Showcase your ability to manage vendors, handle escalations, and apply configuration changes without disrupting services. Discuss the size of the networks you've handled, the volume of users supported, and how you implemented best practices for network security and scalability. Demonstrate how you collaborated with cross-functional teams like IT support, software developers, or cybersecurity personnel. Whether you've worked in a multi-site enterprise or a growing startup, share how your work enhanced reliability and reduced costs. Recruiters are especially impressed if you've led or assisted with cloud-based network integrations or disaster recovery strategies. Ultimately, they want proof of your ability to manage dynamic, high-demand environments with a proactive mindset and a results-oriented approach. 2. How do you troubleshoot network connectivity issues across different departments or locations? Network issues can disrupt productivity across entire departments or multiple sites. Interviewers want to know how systematic and efficient you are at identifying and resolving these issues. Begin by outlining your typical troubleshooting steps. Assessing user complaints, reviewing logs, checking device configurations, and verifying connectivity paths. Emphasize your ability to isolate the root cause, whether it's hardware failure, a misconfigured router, or a software glitch. Mention diagnostic tools you use such as Wireshark, SolarWinds, PRTG, or built-in utilities like Ping and Traceroute. Describe how you prioritize issues based on severity and business impact. Include how you communicate findings to non-technical stakeholders while coordinating with help desk teams. You can also discuss cases involving complex problems like intermittent signal loss, slow bandwidth, or external interference. Highlight how you resolve these quickly by combining logical thinking with technical knowledge. Additionally, mention your documentation practices to prevent recurrence. Companies seek professionals who can remain calm under pressure and resolve issues swiftly without creating new complications. Your ability to handle multi-site or cloud-connected infrastructures will be a bonus. This question is a great opportunity to showcase how your diagnostic approach supports operational continuity and customer satisfaction. 3. What protocols and standards do you frequently work with in telecom networking? Telecommunications networks depend on standardized protocols to ensure smooth data transmission, voice communication, and device interoperability. Employers want candidates who are familiar with essential standards and how they apply to real-world configurations. Begin by discussing your experience with TCP/IP, UDP, SIP, RTP, SNMP, and BGP. Mention any familiarity with MPLS, ISDN, VoIP protocols, or wireless standards like 802.11. and 2.11. Explain how you've used these to set up and maintain WANS, LANS, VPNs, or voice systems. Talk about implementing quality of service, QoS, to prioritize voice traffic and reduce latency. Include examples of configuring firewalls or access control lists based on network policies. If you've worked with vendor-specific technologies like Cisco IOS or Juniper's Junos, include that too. Employers appreciate candidates who not only understand protocols, but also keep up with evolving standards and apply them correctly in enterprise settings. This shows your ability to ensure secure, efficient, and scalable networks. Consider referencing any compliance frameworks you've dealt with, such as ITIL, HIPAA, or ISO standards, especially if the employer is in a regulated industry. Demonstrating this knowledge helps establish your credibility and expertise in telecommunications network administration. 4. How do you ensure network security in your telecommunications infrastructure? Security is a top priority in telecommunications because networks carry sensitive information that can be targeted by cyber threats. Interviewers are keen to know how you proactively protect infrastructure. Explain how you implement firewalls, intrusion detection prevention systems, IDS/IPS, VPNs, and encryption protocols. Emphasize configuring access control lists, ACLS, and securing ports to minimize exposure. Discuss patch management practices and firmware updates for hardware. Highlight how you use monitoring tools to detect unusual traffic patterns or vulnerabilities. If you've created or enforced network segmentation, VLAN policies, or multi-factor authentication systems, explain those briefly. Talk about your role in conducting security audits or compliance checks for frameworks like GDPR, NIST, or PCI DSS. They also value your ability to educate users on safe practices, reducing risks from phishing or unauthorized access. Highlight real situations where you neutralized a threat, implemented a stronger policy, or led a security incident response. Your response should reflect both preventive and reactive measures. A well-secured network not only maintains integrity but also ensures availability, which is vital in telecommunications. Show that you take a layered security approach and continuously update protocols based on emerging threats. 5. Can you walk us through a major network upgrade or migration you've managed? Network upgrades and migrations test a telecommunications network administrator's ability to plan, execute, and minimize service disruption. Interviewers look for project management skills, technical depth, and adaptability. Begin with the background. What prompted the upgrade? Was it to improve bandwidth, replace aging hardware, or move to a cloud solution? Describe how you assessed existing infrastructure, chose equipment or service providers, and created a timeline. Highlight how you coordinated with vendors, internal teams, and stakeholders. Discuss planning for data backup, system redundancy, and user notifications. Talk about your testing process, how you validated configurations before going live. Mention challenges such as unanticipated outages, compatibility issues, or changes in scope. Detail how you overcame them, perhaps by revising timelines, applying a rollback strategy, or working overtime to ensure continuity. If applicable, explain how the upgrade improved performance, scalability, or cost efficiency. Your goal is to show that you're methodical, communicative, and capable of handling complexity without risking critical services. This also helps employers understand your ability to balance long-term improvement with day-to-day responsibilities, an essential trait in high-stakes environments. 6. How do you handle network monitoring and performance optimization? Continuous monitoring and performance optimization are core responsibilities for network administrators. Interviewers want to know which tools and strategies you use to maintain optimal performance. Begin by mentioning monitoring platforms like SolarWinds, Nagios, PRTG, or NetFlow Analyzer. Explain how you track uptime, latency, jitter, packet loss, and bandwidth usage. Describe how you configure alerts to detect anomalies and set thresholds based on usage trends. Talk about conducting regular performance audits and using historical data to forecast demand. Include optimization techniques such as load balancing, bandwidth prioritization, hardware upgrades, and removing network bottlenecks. Mention how you document issues and resolutions for future reference and improve efficiency. Employers also value your role in capacity planning, adjusting infrastructure to meet growing demand without over-provisioning. Share any experience tuning routing protocols, enhancing QoS settings, or optimizing wireless signal distribution. If you've developed or contributed to a service level agreement, SLA monitoring process, describe that as well. The ideal answer demonstrates that you're proactive, data-driven, and committed to delivering high-performance networking across the organization. 7. What role does documentation play in your daily network administration tasks? Clear, thorough documentation is essential in network administration. Interviewers want to assess your organizational skills and how well you prepare others for continuity. Begin by explaining what types of documentation you maintain: network diagrams, configuration files, incident logs, and change records. Talk about using platforms like Confluence, SharePoint, or internal wikis to store and share this information. Emphasize how documentation improves troubleshooting, assists in onboarding new team members, and supports compliance requirements. Share examples where documentation helped resolve an issue faster or prevented miscommunication. If you follow ITIL or other frameworks, mention how standardized documentation supports service management. Also, point out how you update records after every significant change, review documentation during audits, and align it with best practices. Proper documentation ensures that network knowledge isn't lost when personnel changes occur, and that systems can be rebuilt or analyzed more quickly during an outage. Your response should reflect your commitment to creating a reliable, transparent, and maintainable network environment. 8. How do you stay updated with the latest telecommunications trends and technologies? Telecommunications evolves rapidly, and professionals must stay current with emerging technologies. Interviewers want to see your commitment to continuous learning. Begin by discussing your use of online resources, websites like Cisco, Network World, or TechTarget. Mention professional networks, forums, or industry newsletters you follow. Talk about certifications like CCNA, CompTIA Network Plus, or vendor-specific credentials. If you attend webinars, conferences, or local meetups, include that too. Describe how you experiment with new technologies in lab environments or pilot projects before implementation. Employers value candidates who adapt to trends such as SD-WAN, 5G, cloud telephony, or AI-driven monitoring. You should also mention how you evaluate trends for real-world applicability before adopting them. Showing that you prioritize learning demonstrates that you're an asset to any forward-looking team. Companies want administrators who bring innovation, anticipate infrastructure needs, and embrace new tools that enhance performance, security, and efficiency. 9. Describe a time you resolved a critical network outage under pressure. What steps did you take? Network outages can paralyze business operations, and how you respond under pressure reveals your competence and leadership. Interviewers ask this to understand your crisis management skills. Begin by setting the scene. Was it a full outage or a specific segment failure? Mention the impact. Did it affect internal systems, external communication, or customer access? Then describe your immediate response, such as checking logs, isolating affected devices, and alerting stakeholders. Emphasize how you prioritized restoration while investigating the root cause. Talk about tools you used like syslog analyzers, ping tests, or SNMP monitoring, and how you worked with other departments or vendors. Discuss how you kept users informed, whether through email alerts or status dashboards. Once service was restored, explain how you identified the cause, perhaps a failed router, firmware glitch, or misconfiguration, and implemented preventive measures. Share how you documented the incident, held a post-mortem review, or revised procedures. The goal is to show that you're calm, decisive, technically adept, and focused on both resolution and prevention. This answer builds trust that you can handle real-time network challenges while protecting business continuity and data integrity. 10. How do you collaborate with other teams such as cybersecurity, IT support, and software engineers? Telecommunications network administrators don't work in silos. Their effectiveness depends on seamless collaboration with various departments. Interviewers ask this to evaluate your communication skills and cross-functional experience. Begin by highlighting how network changes often impact or depend on cybersecurity teams for secure configurations or IT support for ticket escalation. Mention that you engage with cybersecurity to apply firewall rules, manage VPN access, or coordinate vulnerability scans. With IT support, Discuss how you jointly troubleshoot connectivity issues and provide back-end insights. Explain how you work with software developers to ensure APIs, databases, or applications communicate effectively over the network, especially during deployments or server migrations. Emphasize communication tools you use, like ticketing systems, Slack, or team meetings, to keep everyone aligned. Describe instances where collaboration prevented downtime, improved configurations, or resolved escalations faster. Also, touch on soft skills like listening, documentation, and respecting timelines. This demonstrates that you not only bring technical expertise but also foster a culture of transparency and cooperation. Employers appreciate professionals who break down barriers, share knowledge, and drive solutions through teamwork. Preparing for a Telecommunications Network Administrator interview means demonstrating more than just technical know-how. You need to show strategic thinking, clear communication, and reliability under pressure. These 10 questions are designed to evaluate both your hard skills and your ability to function within complex, cross-functional environments.